Hey folks, Joshua here. Welcome back to Timberborn. As we start cycle 2 here, we have to take stock of our current infrastructure, our current workforce, and determine what our priorities are going to be. Right now, a big concern for me is water. We've run through all of the starting resource water available in the district. So our only water storage right now are these small tanks, and our only water source are these water pumps. These guys can hold a total of 30. We have 4 of them, so that's 120 water. We're at 127, so we're going to start dipping in here. We're going to need to start working these pumps. But more importantly, we need a better pump and a better storage. Food-wise, we're doing quite well. We've got an entire warehouse full of berries over here, more berries to pick should we need it. We've got our carrot farm up and running and plenty of carrot storage. We do need more housing available. And in terms of overall goals, that's kind of where we are. Housing and water are going to be our goals for the next couple of days, possibly the remainder of the session. So if we look at water here, the large pump costs 400 science, so science is going to be an issue. Before we get there, however, we're going to need storage for that water. So we want to unlock the medium tank, which is 120. In the meantime, we probably need a little bit, we need to think about a little bit more storage, a little bit more how to use this power. We might want to get our first gear warehouse up and running. If we go over to power, what's it actually? Not power. Is it wood? Yeah, gear workshop. We probably afford to get a gear workshop up and running, start stockpiling those. But I think in terms of things we can work on right now, as we wait for the science to buster up, it's probably going to be more living space here. So we're going to need to first expand our pathway so that these guys have access, and then build more of these housing units, these lodges. We could theoretically unlock the double lodge, but I think for now, our population isn't growing fast enough that the lodges aren't going to suffice. So we're going to start by laying out some things for our builders to build here. If we go into pathing, the platform here costs 6 planks. I don't know if there's a better solution. The benefit of the platform is that people can walk underneath it, which we need them to be able to do. I wonder if I should replace this with another stair heading up. I think probably I should. So that they don't have to walk all the way down and around and over. Yeah, all right. Let's start here. Right now we have 36 planks available. So we can get at least this going for 6. And then we can demolish that path. We can set in our stairs, like so. We can extend our path here. That seems fine. Let's build our path on top of this as well. And then once that's built, we can put in a second lodge up there, and then extend these platforms across the front so that we can get access to even more housing. So that's a little bit of work for our builders. Let's take a look at our work distribution. Water seems to be important. Food a little bit less so with our farmer working here. So if we look at who's working where, we have 4 builders in the district center. Another thing I might want to unlock is haulers. We have 1 in our farmhouse, 2 foresters. We want all those folks. Gatherers. Where's this gathering flag? This is for the berries. We don't need this active right now. 2 inventors. We want more inventors, honestly. Our lumber mill making planks. I feel like we need to keep that running. Just having 1 running on the free power seems important. What else have we got? We've got our water pumps are empty. And in terms of our lumberjack flags, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 adults working there. So we don't have a lot to build right now. If I'm going to take somebody out to build to put somewhere else, like one of the water pumps, it would be one of the builders. What else could we build? This space here is not being used. I think probably we put some small storage there. Although I might want to if I ended up having like if I had a platform here and then stairs up to get to a second storage area, then at that point we either need stairs down on the other side, or yeah, there's no room for them to go around. So we'd need stairs down on the other side. Stairs cost planks. I'm not sure I want to do that. So the other alternative is to build stairs here. But then, yeah, then they don't have a way. Yeah, they don't have a way to get in because we need the path to connect to the front. And if we're stacking another medium warehouse on top, they have to get in the front. So what I might do then is go like this and then have the stairs up onto this. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to cost me 24 planks. And then another 4 for the stairs here to get up. Does that make more sense than just doing... No, having stairs up and down might be the better play. Uses less planks in the long run, right? So people moving along this path have to climb the stairs and go down, but I don't think they go any slower. It doesn't cost them anything, really. We are going to need more storage eventually. I'm not sure what the next storage here is going to be for, but I think we need... At least we need to build vertically here. And so I think we kind of have to go up. I don't think we build that now, which means we don't need these spaces for anything else. We can use them for something narrow that fits in there. I think small storage is the only thing we can do, or small piles. If we're going to build capacity 30, yeah, I think we probably want to start... We probably just build a couple of these. We'll assign them later. These probably end up being gears. Maybe we will go ahead and get our first gear workshop built just so that we have it. Which way do I want this facing? I can have it facing that way. I guess it doesn't matter, but we already have that path there, so I think I will do that. All right, so there's our gear workshop and some other things for our builders to work on. That's going to burn through planks pretty quick. The pathway to take the planks out is right there. Okay, so we've got work for our 4 builders. Everybody else is employed. Water is a concern. We might want to build more science buildings because the 400 science for the big pump. I guess we have these 2 pumps, right? So as long as I get storage out, we should be okay. I think the storage was 120 for the medium tank. Yeah. All right. So let's start the day here. Let's let it run. Oh, now what's happened here? Why are we not... Why is our... We should have flow of the water. Apparently it's not enough to generate... Yeah, okay. So even though we have this ledge here, it seems like the water level is so low that it's not generating any real flow to the water wheel, but that should resume quickly. The drought only lasted a day. Let's see. Where's our sources? Our sources... Yeah, they are starting to flow again. Not sure how long it'll take. Okay, so if that building lacks power for now, until that water wheel is spinning, there's no point in having anyone in there. We can have him go do something else. What can we have him do? We can get him, I guess, at this point, we have him be another lumberjack. I really need to unlock haulers, too. Dujanua is working here, has access to these. Let's see, those guys are paused. All of the birch has been cut down. Zulrajas here is working on these. You have a little bit of access to that wood and these birches. Okay. Should we... Now, the tutorial wants me to plant 20 birch trees. Should I get another forester going over here for this area? I feel like maybe this area is going to be... Like this at least will probably be like a potato farm at some point. I might plant more of these bushes. These berry bushes aren't very efficient. Like they don't need to be tended, but they only give you 3 berries every 12 days. I don't know. We'll probably leave these be for now, which means we're going to have like a potato farm here, more industry and housing up here. What else can we have our plank master do? I don't want to build more. Here's another question. Why oh, that got built really fast. Okay. So our builders are quite busy. We've got 229 planks. That's fine. Maybe I don't want to waste his work day. I'm not quite sure where to put him. You can at least reach those. It'll be a while before these grow. Like, where do I put him? How do I use him effectively? I guess I could put another temporary harvester flag up here, and then once that's built, we can slot him in there. No, you know what? We need more science. We need the ability to ramp up science a little bit more quickly. And you can't build on top of them. So maybe, no, they're too wide, right? If I go into science, pick another inventor, I could build something up there if I had stairs, but it's not great because it only uses 2/3 of the track. I mean, the good thing about it is if I build it like this, then I can stairs up there pretty easily. Like that. But building those stairs then blocks this thing. Well, we can move that. You know what? All right, let's do this. Let's get ourselves another. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I want it there because I might want to put another storage on top of that before we top things off. There's some space back here that we could put some things like our scientists. In fact, I should maybe consider moving these. That's not a bad idea to put some more science back here. I could even squeeze one in right here like this. Cheeky little science station there. All right, let's do that. Let's have this be paused so he can go do something valuable. And then let's get a path going for this third science place. What do we want to do here? Maybe something like this. All right, we'll see about that. All right, let's let things roll. Hakalai died of old age. Oh, by the way, I did end up naming one of my beavers. One of the most recently born beaver child here is now named Kene. So Kene, if you're watching, thanks for your comment. We'll see what Kene does with his life. Okay, we haven't specified anything here. What can we put? Like, we know we need more berry storage. It's not an urgent need. We are building the gears. Let's see, what is this? Food. We could collect a few more berries here, move some berries around. We don't need carrot storage. So berries is full. I guess, yeah, for now, let's mark this as gear storage. And then this can be gear storage as well for once that's up and running. We are going to have to wait for our wheel to go here. Now, one thing I did learn is that if you build... We don't have levees, but if you build levees and force all the water to flow through the water wheel, it can increase the output. So the main problem is we don't have flow right now because the drought had happened. In fact, wow, look at this. So last episode I was commenting on how we got a reprieve. Like the drought didn't really count because there was so much water draining that we didn't lose anything. But now the dam is paying off because we're keeping all this water in here, while in point of fact, that water did drain out and did empty out. Okay. So when we have droughts, we're not going to have power. I need to maybe think about unlocking the windmills at some point. For now, let's just let everything play out. I think with this stairwell / platform built, it's time to get another lodge going. And then we have 22 planks left. Planks, we're not going to get any more until our water wheel comes online. That's fine. Maybe I get one more forester going to cover this area or some of this area with birch. I mean, Yeah, it looks like... How long do we have here? This is 83% done. Okay. Oh, but look, it's dry. Oh no, are all these trees gonna die? Are all my oaks gonna die? Dies in 13 days. Dies in 16 days. Okay, it is drying, but yeah, the water should come back. Okay, so we shouldn't lose this, but I didn't realize. Yeah, I didn't realize that this was gonna dry out. Yeah, I didn't think about it. So we might need another dam here. With maybe some way, you know what would be good here, I think, is it the floodgates? Yeah, we don't want levees. We might want a dam here as well to block some of this. I don't know if there's drainage other than our... No, we looked, right? Our river was the only way, was the only escape path for all that water. That's why we thought it was going to be fine. And here the water's coming back. But we might want another dam here to dam up all of this area as well and ensure that our trees aren't facing this problem. Yeah, and then later, if we break these blockages, we might need to put in spillways or something. Okay, okay. I think I probably do want another forester here. Just to match the tutorial energy, I guess. I don't think it would hurt. We don't have to have someone in there all the time. It's like... If we're just going to have like this block be birches and this block be potatoes, then this is just like emergency wood. We probably actually turn all of these foresters off most of the time or dismantle them or whatever. Do you have somebody in you? You do. Okay, so we're getting close to that 120 for the big water. Let me pause here and let's figure out what a forester is going to look like. I build that there, it's auto-connected, and it covers everything. If at some point we can get water up here somehow, I'm not sure how that would work, but if we could get water moving through here or get this green somehow, some sort of irrigation plan, we could plant up there as well. But the main thing is to be able to plant here, the birches. Or we could replace these later. But it looks like... Now, we have that path. Looks like this is the way to go here. That's all going to be birch. Okay, that completes that tutorial. What do they want next? Your settlement's now self-sufficient as long as the water keeps flowing. Consider building a dam or placing more tanks to help your beavers survive the droughts. The tutorial showed you the basics, but there's much more you can discover on your own. Okay, continue. Okay, we are starting to dip into our tanks for water. Which means we're going to need to... Oh, you need to be paused, Mr. Gear Workshop. We're going to need to start pumping. I'm going to have to start shuffling people around. We're at 17 beavers. Hakalai died, unfortunately. I'm guessing the best thing to do here is going to be to get a lot more housing. So what else can we do in terms of housing? Let's get at least one more, because we're at 4 free beds. I want more beavers to be born. Let's get that built. Maybe get those built. That's going to take up 24 planks. That kind of accounts for all of our available planks. Let's get our path going here. And then if we go to housing, this only costs logs. There we go. Okay. I'll have to finish this later, but for now we've got a bunch of extra housing, so hopefully some more beavers are born. Looks like our water wheel's starting to kick in again. So what do we need? We have logs. Pines are growing. What are you up to? Why aren't you... Oh, because it's the end of the day. Yeah, I think you were cutting down some of these trees. That's okay. Okay. If we're gonna have more storage there. Oh, you know what? I just realized we can get access to... No, I still need the platform for them to stand on to get in the entrance. Never mind. Okay. Yeah, we need our planks back online. I don't think we need gears yet. Having this built is a good thing. I'm gonna unpause this just so we get a few. What are we generating? 308? Okay, so the river's back. That's great. Let's see. We've hit 121. I'm going to pause this scientist. Most of our logs should be coming from here. Yeah. I think we pause you because you have nothing to... You technically have a handful of pines, but I think we pause you. Pausing lumberjack seems like it's a majority of the game. We're going to leave the foresters up and running. Down to 122 water. We can leave you running and... Yeah, we can leave these two running. No, you know what? This one we're going to pause as well. The last lumberjack we have running is over here. He's going to gather all this dead wood. Leave a couple of birches here. You are going to prioritize birch. Once you're built, that's fine. Okay, let me unlock the... No, I want the medium tank. Let's get that unlocked. Okay, and then we got to figure out where we're putting this. This whole thing is kind of temporary, or was intended to be temporary. Why don't I put... So hauling the water away from the pumps into town doesn't seem great, but I don't have a great place to put this right now. Like, where would I put it? I could move the path around this tank and put this here. That's probably the thing to do. Right? Right next to the water. Yeah. 300 capacity seems like enough for the foreseeable future. So let's do that. Let's pause. Let's demolish this path. Let's schedule building of our medium tank. Oh, this is going to require those gears. Okay, so we're going to need planks and gears. That's fine. And then we can put our path back like this. There we go. That's decent, right? I didn't quite plan it perfectly, but that gives us 420 water. That's going to be fine. That's going to be totally fine. Food is great. Wood is good, but we do need to get our logs, our planks rolling again, right? Only one worker in here. I think the small pumps are probably okay. No, they're so inefficient. It's 3 water per hour versus 15 water per hour on the large pump, but this is 400. I do want the haulers, though. Oh, I can just build it? Oh, I thought I needed to research this. Okay. Carrying capacity plus 100. All right. So we want you centrally located here in the industrial area somewhere. This area is reserved for another farm. What does the hauler's post look like? Okay. We could do something like this. Then we have paths on the left of this and on the right of the 2 farms. Moving in if we need them. Like, is that what I want to do? This is pretty centrally located. I think we need to reserve this for more buildings that are going to use the water wheel's power. So it doesn't need to be there. I could... Well, no, that doesn't really work. I guess this works. Yeah, this is pretty good, I think. All right, let's get the hauling post built there. Okay, that seems good. You guys don't have a path. We know about that because the platforms haven't been built yet. That's fine. They'll be built once the builders are working. Okay, we have 13 workers, 0 vacancies, 3 unemployed. Oh, okay. 4 builders, that's fine. I think we need to have 1 pump working. So if I hit pause... Oh, Rajaro was born. Hello. That brings us down to 2 unemployed. Where else do I want someone employed? Yeah, we've got 1 person working in the gear rock shop, 1 person working in the lumber mill. I guess I turned something back on that I have paused. 1 water pump is fine. I paused a lot of the lumberjack flags. I don't think we need more lumberjacks right now. We need this to get built and somebody to go in there. And we're going to need a hauler. But... yeah. Got 2 unemployed. What's our storage look like on berries? We're not eating the berries. Looks like we're mostly eating the carrots right now. Or we're not. Where are all the carrots? 37 and 50 here. Okay. What makes the most sense to turn back on so that these two are not wasting their... Like, how long until this gets built? Maybe they just sit unemployed for a minute. And then as soon as this is built... Let's put the construction site priority higher for this. And higher for this. So once these two are built, we'll have 2 more jobs for these 2 unemployed beavers. That's fine. We got unconnected building and construction lacks materials. All that's good. We know about that. So these 2 are getting a little bit of time off. That's fine. Once these 2 buildings are done, we'll have 1 permanent hauler. Let's just have one hauler for 15 other adult workers. And we'll see how that plays out. I guess temporarily, I could turn this on for somebody. That's the idea, right? Is that when they have nothing else to do, they can go here and do some science for me. What is my next purchase? It's got to be the big water pump, right? Because this is not going to cut it for keeping the colony supplied. Also, where is that additional water going? Oh, there's 15 units of storage. Okay, that's where. Because I was going to say, these hold 120. All right. So once this gets to 15, then we're full. We have nowhere to store more water. Until this medium tank gets built. So once the water number hits 135, I'm going to pause this again, let it drop for a minute. Okay, generating science is good. We need 400. Starting to get some planks up there. You are unable to get all required materials. Now, why is that? Oh, because you turn planks into gears. I thought you turned logs into gears. Okay. I might need another plank workshop here. In fact, I'm pretty sure I do. Let's duplicate that. Okay. Let's pause the water. Let's pause the third science. And then... Well, I mean, I guess I should have waited for some of this stuff to get built. All right, you can remain unpaused for the moment. Until, yeah, we've got a couple things building. That's okay. You know what I might need? I might need to unlock this builder's hut. Because 4 builders, well, no, they're waiting on resources. It's not like they aren't able to build things fast enough. It's just like planks. We're limited by planks and things. Okay. Making our way to the end of Cycle 2, Day 2. We are starting to learn more about what we're going to need in the future. So food and water seems like we're in a good position, right? Starting to advance our industry with the gears. Improving our industry with more lumber mills. So each of these takes 50. We're providing 380 HP when we're not in a drought. That's great. We're building workplaces for people first, and we'll build these paths into the lodges second. Did this get done? Excellent. Okay. So now we have a forester to plant some birch. I think likely this will get paused, probably. Yeah, you're collecting and taking over to this pile, presumably. You're cutting down this dead wood. Okay. This oak is left over, right. Okay, I think we're in a good place. Let's speed through the night. Builders have lots of work. Other beavers, I think, are starting to get into full employment now. We are seeing... Okay, we did see our water go down a bit more. 19 of 30. So they're drinking out of the tank instead of the pump. All right, that's fine. Slow down a little bit. So he's over here planting birch. That's great news. 36, 97%. So our first set of pines is coming back. We're going to be fine with wood. The most efficient oaks are barely, not even halfway yet, but the pines, which are not quite as good, but grow faster are coming back now. If we start to run low on logs, we can turn these foresters on, or these lumberjacks rather. So yeah, we're good for food. Water's a little bit of a concern, but we're working on it, right? Once we get this built and get the 400 science, we can unlock a better pump. Oh no, Jubukra died of old age this morning. That reduces our working population. Did we get births? We did have Cosco born yesterday and Rangi. So now we're looking at 14 adults, 4 children. Okay. Our forester making birch. We're about to have our first hauling post, so we'll have haulers available to do some work for us. More carrying capacity, better suited for their tasks. Love that. We're starting to put out planks and gears and such. Okay. Productivity 67% because he's having to go and get wood. And lower here because he's waiting on these planks, which there's high demand for planks, but that's why we built the second one. Okay, nobody's unemployed. Let's see. 161 on logs. It's a balancing act, right? It's a fine balancing act. Food is our most abundant resource right now. So like I'd probably leave my one farmer doing his farming thing. That's probably fine. But as more... What are you guys waiting on? You're waiting on planks, right? Yeah, okay. All right. So yeah, once we get our hauler up and running, that seems like it's going to be a good thing. It's going to help us out a lot. 2 vacancies, so we're shy 2 people. What are these vacancies? I wish this told me. Oh, there's only 2 builders in the district center. Got it. Okay. We want to keep our foresters going. I don't think the birch forester's super important. I might pause him. I want somebody in here. We can pause one of the inventors. And then we only have 2 lumberjacks working. Okay. Yeah, I have more jobs than I have people to run those jobs. Let's pause this, get him to go do something else. How are we doing on water? 122. We're holding steady. Holding steady on the water. We do have a vacancy here. That's probably the district center. Yeah. I want this hauling post to be built. I think I'll up the priority on the hauling post to have somebody hauling rather than building at all times. Or no, I don't need to do that because we've got building as a lower priority. So workplace priority can remain neutral here. All right, we've got our first hauling post, first hauler. That's great. So our worker here is Vriska. Vriska can carry 4 logs at a time instead of 2. That's amazing. Good for you, Vriska. Okay, I think that's going to help us out. Jubukra, we shall miss you. Coming to the end of this 3rd day of cycle 2. Feels like we're in a good place. I kind of want to pause the birch planting to get more planks going. Planks are like our real limiter right now. We're okay for wood, we're okay for water, okay for food. Like, I don't know what the numbers we need to keep on hand are. Probably want to have at least 10 for each member of our community. So if there's 18 beavers, we probably want to have like 180 water. I do need to wait for them to build this, but I probably, at this point, I need to get somebody working on the water pump again, which should probably have a high priority when it's on. Yeah. Working that balancing act is rough, man. As much as I would like to have these birches planted, I don't think it's a priority. I think we've got our wood going on over here, so I'm going to pause that forester as well. It's going to be a while for these oaks. A couple of these guys are coming back, but we do have 1 forester here working. Are you not able to get to these? It seems like he's leaving these alone. He started digging here. I'm not sure if this forester is able to get over here. I'm going to have to watch him, I think. Okay. Yeah, planks are our limiter right now in terms of construction. At some point, I think we do want to build another dam here. Possibly something more advanced than what we built before, or maybe not. Maybe just an ordinary... No, I think we do want to be able to let water through. So a floodgate might be the answer here. 150 signs for a floodgate. But I need that big water pump, man. That's 400 science we need. Yeah, science is a real limiter as well. Without the ability to get science, you can't, like, there's a lot you're waiting on for that. It's gonna be a while before the next drought. So we'll see what's available as we progress through. But I might want to get floodgate next. I don't know. We do need sluice at some point, because at some point in the future we're gonna have a bad tide. I think we have time before we get there, but I need to figure out how I'm going to use sluice gates to divert the bad tide when it comes. We're gonna need to channel through, which means we need dynamite, which means probably getting over here. Yeah, this seems like the closest bad water available to us. Yeah, I don't see, there's some over here. We're gonna need to, we are gonna need to research dynamite and get set up over here on this bad water stuff before we start worrying about diverting the bad tide when it comes. So that's like a midterm priority. Sometime in by cycle 3, I would love to be up and running with dynamite, which means we would need to get up onto this platform and pump some of this and turn it into dynamite. We'll have to research it first. Kind of far away. I don't think we want to worry about districts right now. So yeah. I'm trying to think ahead, right? So yeah, I'm going to need dynamite and sluice gates and time to divert this and this off the map. Probably breaking through this wall is going to be the easiest way to divert the flood here. So we'll need a channel that goes over here with the bad water, and we'll need a channel probably that cuts this way and some dams and stuff and send it off the map that way for that water source. But before any of that, we want yeah, it's probably going to have to be the floodgates, the adjustable heights, right? I think that makes the most sense here to keep this wet during the next drought. Okay. So that's kind of our next infrastructure project in terms of a land or terraforming project, I guess you could call it. It's going to be the floodgates here. What else is going on? We've got 2 vacancies, 14. Nobody's unemployed, so I guess I'm fine with that. Yeah, we're burning through planks as soon as we build them. Productivity is going up. We do have 1 log. So I can prioritize these buildings by hauler. I guess that's... We're bringing in logs and sending out planks. Maybe that's where we want to use this for now. Let's prioritize building by haulers to make sure the logs are in here and we're getting full uptime, full of productivity on producing planks. I probably want to remove that later, but for now that seems like the play. Okay. We've got 2 builders right now. What are they working on at the moment? What's your priority? I would love it if you could see... Okay, they're working on these platforms, I think, to get paths to these buildings. I guess I'm fine with that. That's what we have under construction right now, is just those, and then the medium tank. I think that's it. Renemp was born. Okay. So we're up to 20 beavers, but only 14 working adults. We're at 6 well-being. Is this something we want to work on? Carrots. If people get to eat carrots, they get nutrition. Grilled potatoes would be the next thing, but I just don't have workers for any of this. Sunflower seeds. Social life, maybe we could do something about. I think we have access to the rooftop terrace. Yeah, we have access to the rooftop terrace. I don't think anyone has broken teeth yet. We'd have to unlock the shower. But rooftop terrace we could do. 8 visitors must be placed atop other buildings. I don't want to place that. I mean, I could put it on top of these, but then I need a way for them to get up there. If I build stairs here, I kind of had the idea that I would have more storage here. But maybe this is a good place for a rooftop terrace, and then we plan storage better somehow. Because you need platforms in front, and the platforms are so expensive in terms of planks. I guess. All right, you're up to 7 logs now. I guess having our 1 hauler is a good thing. He's upping our productivity on producing planks. Yeah, we finally have a surplus of 2 planks. Frisk is busy. We need these little beaver babies to grow up and start working. Where do I want to put a rooftop terrace, though? Ideally, it would be here. You know, maybe I could get a path going over here to get up to the rooftops here, right? I would need... What would I need? I would need the double platform here. Or would I? No, I could build 1 platform like this and then put stairs on top of it. Right? Can you put stairs on top of... Yeah, I could do that. That could work. Well, it depends on if they can enter now, if I do that. Hold on. Can they enter if I build that way? Well-being, rooftop terrace. No, they can't enter that way. Damn. Oh, and look how wide it's 3. It's size 3. All right, so maybe something like this does need to happen. All right. We can plan for better storage in the future. For now, we can have 2 rooftop terraces that people can hang out like here. Which means I can demolish this. This plan is not going to work. Although we could have something up there at some point. I don't know. Do I want to do that? I still need platforms in front of them and stairs up and over. It's more planks I have to spend. I'm not super happy about it. Or could they get there? I guess they could if I had built a path through the trees, they could get there that way. But I don't want to cut down pines for that. Is that an idea? Like if I build something for them to walk on and then put a path in place. Is there another place where, yeah, like I could build storage, I could build something here and then have the rooftop terraces over here where they can go up this path and get in, right? So like, where's the, I can't fit, I could only fit 1 here. It would have to be on top of something. But I could have 1 here. There's not a good way for me to fit another one. Like I need ledges, right? Like this could be another one, but we don't have a path here. Over, like there could be stuff over along this edge, but now it's all kind of far away. I wonder if I might be better off. Like this is a lot of trees, right? I might actually be better off cutting some of these trees down and having a path that goes along here and then having the 2 rooftop terraces. You know what? I do kind of like that idea. Like I feel bad cutting down the trees, but we might need a path over here anyway. So all right, I think that's what I'm going to do. I think we're going to schedule these for destruction. Mark resources for demolition. Yeah. Okay. We're going to put a path there. We're going to put our 2 rooftop terraces there. It's fine, right? It's fine. I'm the one who planted all these trees. If I decide they gotta go, they gotta go. We did pick up more... Oh, did somebody grow up? Yeah, somebody... Ken A grew up. Ken A! You grew up, buddy. Where are you working? Ken A has chosen to work at the district center as a builder. There you go, buddy. Yeah, I think this is giving up a bunch of trees for basically pathing to get on top of here rather than breaking this path. But I didn't think about the fact that you need platforms in front to deal with second stories. It's fine. It is what it is, right? Probably later on, we're gonna expand up here and maybe I can plan things out a little bit better. For now, let's speed through the night. We are at 46 minutes on the recording, so a little bit left in this episode. We will do one more day. I think getting our 1 hauler up and running was the right call as we let folks work. Let's just check in. 1 vacancy, 0 unemployed. Looks like more people were born. Yeah. Kinguth was born and Zuliafi was born. Reminder, guys, if you would like to have one of these beavers named after you to explore what they're doing with their life or what your fantasy beaver doppelganger does with their life, just leave me a comment. Let me know, and I will name one of these beaver babies after you. We can follow them around. Okay, so where are these guys? You're working. You're working. You're working. Are you working? Ken A, you're breaking down the tree. You're breaking down the baby pines to make my path to the district center, or to the rooftop relaxation thingy. Okay. The workers here are going to be out of construction in a minute, except for this break stuff down stuff. Let me throw this path in here now. I guess I can't until they finish chopping. So the workers are going to be cutting down these, and they're going to be finishing up this building. Not the construction site. There we go. Okay. It does seem like the more housing I have, the more beavers I can get. It seems like as soon as I give them beds, they start knocking boots and making babies. So I might want to prioritize getting this last thing in here to up my potential population. It just costs so much. Like, we're so bottlenecked by plank production. Good news is productivity at the lumber mill is going up. This one's at 98. This one's at 86, and they both have like they have plenty of logs, so that's good. Seems like building the whole hauler and prioritizing these builders was the right call. Once they get to like 13 here, I might uncheck those boxes. That's the kind of thing you want to be careful with. Prioritize building by hauler. Like, you end up with every building prioritized and nothing works, right? So you have to go back and uncheck stuff eventually. How are we doing on resources? Plenty of food, okay water, okay logs. Where are those cogs going? We scheduled something to be built. Is it this? The gears, yeah, not cogs, gears. That's what we're waiting for here, is planks and gears for this medium tank. All right, we can survive for a while without anything else. So the builders do have stuff to do. They're breaking down the pines. They're occasionally sticking a piece of material into the big tank. Everybody else is busy, right? We have a vacancy even. Our resources seem good. Food, we're golden. 200 berries, 66 carrots. We're not going to eat through that anytime soon, it seems. Water is concerning a little bit. Logs are fine. Our foresters are doing their job fine, so everything's good there. It's mostly just now waiting on planks and gears. So, all right, at this point, I feel comfortable speeding up the day a little bit, the work day. Let's just get through cycle 2, day 5. And then we'll keep building this path as they keep emptying it out for us. Yeah, we're okay here. We're okay. Yeah, unemployment, I always want to watch out for unemployment and homeless. So these right numbers, I always want those to be 0, for sure. Up to 22 beavers now. 15 adults, 7 kids. We take a look. Rajara is close to becoming an adult and beginning her career. Rangi and Kazko are on the way. Okay, all right. We're keeping solid at 7 at wellness as well, which I like. I mean, everybody's employed and busy, so that's good. That's a good thing. Into day 6 of cycle 2. I am concerned about losing power in the next drought. I'm not sure there's anything we can do about it. Okay. Oh, you know what I've just recognized? 170 science. But that's right. We're saving up for... We're saving up for the large water pump, which is 400. Okay, that's fine. Just keep going here. Okay, with these paths available, we can put in our first rooftop terrace here. Let's do that. Well-being, rooftop terrace. Here we go. It's a little bit of a walk for people to get to this one, but I feel like 2 should be enough. And I feel like speeding through this day is okay. Like, I've been going slow to keep an eye on things, but I feel like a couple days of just pushing through quickly to let them finish up their current projects and then reassessing is probably an okay call here. And to be honest, I want to get a screenshot of the terrace for the thumbnail, so I'd like to see them finish the first one. We'll just speed through a couple days here. Cycle 2, day 7. We had 14 days, I think, on the first cycle before the drought. Our terrace is available. That's fantastic. Okay, let's get the second one scheduled. And then we're going to have to give the builders something else to do. Clone that. Pop that over there. We might put a, like, kibosh on building. We'll go down to, like, 1 builder here. Who just mainly just like carrying stuff over to the medium tank and then let people get other jobs. But in the meantime, I do want to... These guys are chillax and they are balling. They are looking like they're having a great time. What's the right view of this? No, not with the giant pine farm in the background. No, I think I had it right on approach. Yeah, with the path and everything. Let me hide the UI here and zoom in a little bit. Oh, these guys are adorable. Look at this guy in his little like recliner. Yeah. I want to go in closer. There we go. Look at these guys. Having the time of their lives. Good for them. Okay, people should be happy with that. It can only have 8 visitors, so 2 of them might not be enough to get everybody a visit. But maybe they don't... what is this? No good selected. Oh, this got built too. Excellent. Water. Okay. So we still need our 400 science. But with that, I believe... Nope, we're still waiting on them to build this rooftop terrace. Okay. I think we're close to... That's a relief to have a 300 additional water storage. This pump is garbage. The efficiency is trash, so we do need to research the better pump. That's the next 400 science earmarked. But once we have the medium pump, we can tear these down, have 1 person working on that, and feel comfortable with our water situation. I feel good about food. Feel good about wood. Although, hold on. Why are you just sitting here doing nothing? Why are you just doing nothing? I don't understand. You're supposed to be able to dig this stuff out, right? Are these not marked for cutting? That's what it is, isn't it? I never marked them for cutting. I am an idiot. Okay. Well, let's mark some trees for cutting. That's why he never cut them. Okay. All right. Because I'm like, why are these never getting cut? Well, you didn't mark them, dummy. Okay. And there he goes. Okay, yeah, you can reach them. Of course you can. Okay. It's all me. One of our oaks has grown. We'll leave that for a minute until we see a few more before we pop somebody in here. I think probably we could destroy some of these and reclaim some resources. Like, we don't need all 4 of these right now. Honestly. Like, we need one who can get up here and get most of these. Maybe 2? Yeah, I don't think we need these other guys. I don't think we need these other ones paused and just, like, I'm never going to use them, right? I guess I can leave them for now. There might be some wood emergency, some log emergency. Second terrace is built. Okay, so we have no construction projects right now, which means I think we pause this and have those guys go do something else. Okay, that means we now have 3 unemployed. I think that's a good place to end the episode, right? Next time, we'll figure out what we're going to do with those guys. Where we're going to send them. We might turn, like, science back on. We would turn this forester back on. In fact, why don't I just do both of those things? And we might increase haulers by 1. In fact, yeah, I'll just do that. All right, that takes care of all of our employment woes. We have 15 adults, 7 more on the way. We're not building anything right now. We're just working on resources, right? Water is concerning a little bit. We finally stopped building, so we're finally starting to stockpile some planks and some gears. That's good news. We're cutting down whatever trees are available over here. We're almost finished chopping down this deadwood. There's a few birches here. Some of these pines should be starting to mature very soon, I think. Yeah, we're looking good. We're looking good, right? We've taken over this whole area. We've got housing for... How does that work? 22 plus 5 is 27. Yeah, 27, almost 30 beavers. I feel like things are going well. I'm learning the game. I realize it's a little bit slow. Thank you guys so much for watching and sticking with me as I take my time here and figure things out as I go. I feel like we're doing pretty well, right? We managed to get this dam built before the first drought. It didn't quite work the way I thought because I didn't understand that the map would drain the next day. But we never lost greenery on our main farm. We're growing our population. We're learning how the population grows. You have to provide beds. Who knew? We've kind of organized things. We've made sure everybody's employed. Nobody's just sitting on their butt. Figured out why these pines weren't being cut down. Got the big medium tank. Picked up the sun decks, or the, what are they called? Rooftop terraces, to continually improve my people's well-being. And we're well on our way to the 400 science for the big pump to fix our water problem. So we're doing well. I'm quite pleased with this episode, and I'm pleased with you guys for watching. Thanks again. That's going to be it for this time. We'll be back in the next time with more Timberborn, more hot beaver action. Local beavers in your area want direction, want jobs. Make sure you drop by and give them a looky-loo and see what they're up to. We'll see you guys next time.